Hello world, Wave Time here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. Now I'm sorry that I couldn't get episode 44, which happens to be this one, out on Thursday because of some complications which I'll get into. Now, some of the smarter ones in the group will probably note that, hey, he's talking about the day that was yesterday. That's really part of the reason that I'm actually even mentioning this. Basically, my break from doing EEPower episodes has really left me in a bit of a kerfuffle, if I can use that word. And the fact that it's really got me out of schedule and sync with how I usually make episodes. Usually I like to make episodes the day before or 2 or even 3 days before, because I like to keep up to date with what my viewers like to do. So say if I'm doing too much Thaumcraft, it'll only take 2 or 3 days for me to realize, hey, they don't want any of that nonsense anymore. Shut up. Anyways, let's go in with some of the things that we'll do this episode so that we aren't completely lost and I can look back upon happier days when I wasn't a complete nut job. Not a complete one at least, but enough of one that it counts. Let's just raise this to get it out of the way. What we're probably going to do, some random order. Anyways, what we're probably going to do is move this row of logs into the wall here. Probably a bit more in to better, frame things and everything. I think that will be a nice place to have rubber, since as you see we're a bit low on rubbery goodness as it stands right now, and we kind of need it for more wires, etc, etc. Anyways, moving on, more sticky resin here, which we'll need to add later. Okay, got this here, and let's try to be a bit more organized way so that we can actually not lose several hundred people at the beginning of the episode. Put this in. That'll be good. Let's take a peek downstairs, and we still don't have stairs. It's good. Anyways, this is a lot of lava, as you can probably tell. And I basically replaced all of the brass pipes with golden waterproof ones, all the way down and back to the original lava sources that we found earlier. Now, this is a lot of lava. Lots and lots and lots of energy. And as you see, it's filling rather quickly, so we might have to try to beat the clock and add a bunch more tanks around this wall. I'm thinking most of the outer walls will be storage tanks for all of the energy goodness. Anyways, what we should do is move this torch here, just to keep it out of the way. And these have all of the energy that we have, though they're not really connected to our energy network. So let's temporarily add Okay, I probably did something incredibly stupid. That's why. Way, you never cease to amaze me. Okay, now I just destroyed most of my energy network, but at least it was at least I think it was only the wires that completely died on me. Yep, only the wires. So what I needed to do was instead get my big fat wires that are right here and have them go up to a transformer instead. Medium voltage transformer right here, and then go back to the wires. Now I am pretty much out of golden wires of awesomeness, so I'm gonna have to make some more golden wires, which is going to really eat up in my gold reserves, but that shouldn't be too much of a bother, since hey, we broke it, we gotta fix it, or else there will be help to pay. Okay, we gotta bring this back up somehow, and I'm not even sure how the system was originally, so let's just wing it and bring this back here. Now we want to reconnect this to the system that we had earlier. I think everything's reconnected, however. This is probably gonna hurt. Nope, it doesn't, so not everything's connected. Okay. Ooh, I probably killed the macerators. That's probably what died. Okay. Yes, I am going at this at a completely horrible... Yes, that's what happened. Okay, I lost one of my transformers, but that's not too much of an issue. We can just craft that back again. So, as you see, I just destroyed one of my items that I kind of need. And we're not even in the part where we are actually doing stuff, so I'll try to get this done as quickly as possible and hang tight. Did I honestly say hang tight? Oh my gosh, I'm such a dork. Anyways, connected everything back. It's a little electrifying, sure, but it could be a lot worse. Ouch. Remind me to get some more rubber on that because, well, it needs a rubber. Anyways, we got most of our tanks filling up, and that is a good thing. However, we are running out of tank space, so what I'll just do is show you where all of the tank space is so that you'll better be acquainted with it. And it's not the tank space, you moron, what we're doing. It's actually showing the... Anyways, just go down. Okay, down the hole, and there's lava. I love that. Okay, so it's just a simple steam engine that is controlling everything, and we still have a veritable oasis of death. Okay, I haven't really explored much of this because I continually get set on fire, but, well, what is there to explore? There's lots of lava. There's a few ores everywhere, but currently my, not my macerator, but all the other stuff, the alchemical goodness, let's just leave it at that, is generating more EMC than currently mining. Can you stop shooting me? I'm kind of busy doing technical matters of, well, matter. Wow, I just made that up. Anyways, so let's just quickly check on this stuff over here. And we got more Eternalist fuel, which we can use to our advantage. And I don't think I showed you last time, but I'll try to make it a bit of a spectacle. Blam! My red power building is complete. Honestly, I didn't expect it to be quite like this. I was thinking more of a muted design when I originally started. Though it's very sharp and it seems a bit more domed, and how should I put this? Let's just leave it at that. And inside you can see even more of it with the obvious glass everywhere, since you kind of need to see outside because light, the natural light, daylight, is a very potent source of light. It generally is. Anyways, now the problem that I am seeing in our automation process is simple. Well, currently, as it stands right now, we have extractors and everything, getting the rubber, whatnot, and we'll need to get that framed, but that is another thing then entirely. Let's set up extra frames while I am talking. So, what am I getting at? Pretty much most of the things that we need can be automated. Simple stuff like going in and getting some awesomeness to go, and I am making a horrible mess out of the things I am saying because it is hard to talk right now. Not sure why, but whatever. Pretty much every single item that we normally can think of can be easily automated. Some exceptions apply, though, since they require, well, actually going out and doing stuff, which, as you see, I am not exactly the best at doing. What was I doing in the meantime? Yes, frames. Frames, I need frames. Let's go with 10 frames, that's all we really need. Okay. Most of the stuff can be automated. As you see, I made frames, it's easily automated, and the other stuff, like macerations, are pretty simple to automate. Now the problem is with those overclockers, they require some additional know-how to make. The overclockers as they currently are rather simple in the fact that they are just, well, simple. I am doing a horrible job at explaining this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 for extra luck. Good amount. Okay, now they require those coolant cells. I'm just gonna label it a coolant cell because I'm not actually sure what it is called, but it will be labeled as coolant cell for the remainder of this talk. The coolant cells, watch I actually get that right. The coolant cells currently, what they require are water cells. Water cells, what they require in turn, is right-clicking on a water source block. That obviously eats up the water source and everything. Now the problem is how to be able to automate that procedure. I can right-click them easily enough to get a bunch of water cells, though if I wanted to just click and try to get it on my own, it's not exactly an easy task. Actually, this would be a good demonstration. For instance, when I call my frame motor, if I actually have all of the required ingredients, which I obviously do not, when I have all the required ingredients in the system, what it does is it checks the item that you are calling. Is there any items of it available? If that option's enabled. If not, it'll get all of the items that are listed in its, well, the place that it is crafting it, so like right here or something, right there actually. And then it'll continually check for items that are needed for it. If it doesn't have them, it'll craft them, etc., 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 and it will continue on. Now, so frame motor is pretty easy in that regard, relatively. Now, the problem with the other items is the fact that, well, it can't be made easily. It just can't. There's no way that it can easily be made. I'll try to explain that. Now I know that's going to mess up when we start it moving, and especially if it's in the wrong direction, so I will put it in there. Now, with something like the coolant cell, if I have it, coolant cell, it requires extraction, that's easy, but I'll need a water cell. Water cell can be made with water buckets, but to get the infinite water buckets, I'm probably just pulling stuff out of my ass right now. I'm going to probably save myself a lot of time, so I'll let that charge up a bit, and I'm going to test something. If this test turns out something that I might be expecting, I will eat my words, shut up, and continue on. But if it doesn't, it means that we will have some building and planning to do. Now, if this does work out, I will be a little annoyed because brainstorming sessions as they were, I was kind of hoping for a challenge, but let's see. Okay, we're home clear. Okay. So what sorry, that just scared me for a second. I just need to worry about if I can get everything. Okay, so as you just saw, I cannot make it using EMC, which is bad. Kind of bad, yeah. Let's just say it's bad. But what I can do is probably put it in a deployer with a bunch of empty cells that I put away by happenstance. Where are you, you little buggers? And then if I find like the only source of fresh water that we happen to have available to us, I'll probably move to a more equitable source. Let's put that there, put these here, and put a little leverage. Give us a little leverage in this situation. It'll pull it and continually eat the water. There must be a proverb in there. He who pulleth the lever will swallow 100 liters of water. But anyways, that's not what we're focusing on. So yeah, we're not focusing on that. It's probably 1,000. Anyways, what is it? A cubic decimeter is 1 liter. Therefore, it's 1,000 liters. Anyways, not focusing on that, let's move onwards. Now, okay, let's see. Where would be the best place for this device? Now that means we will need to do several things. Actually, some interesting things for a change. I know it happens very rarely, but we tend to have that sometimes. What we'll do is put an infinite water spring right here. So we'll need some buckets of good old-fashioned liquid water, by the way, not the other liquid that we happen to be storing right over there, but the liquid that can actually contain a bit more than we currently allow it. Okay, where are the materials for bucket? Why are you raining? If only I had a vulcanite. If only I had the resources for a vulcanite. Wouldn't that be awesome if I could just, stop the rain because it displeases me. Okay, I'm getting a little off track here, so let's try to move on. Let's fill up this area with a bit of liquid encouragement. Over here and here. One more bucket, and then back into the area you go. There. And we can put some cells in here just for fun. Now, what we're probably going to do is have the simple way of doing this is just attaching a lever on top of this and going, wee, isn't this fun? But that's not exactly what we're trying to do. What we want to do is something a bit more sneaky. Now, I'm going to say that this isn't the sneakiest rig of all time, but it is, well, worthwhile. Let's actually move this infinite water spring, and I had 2 buckets already. Wow. Okay, move this here so that it's there instead, and take this, put it there instead. Now it's an infinite water spring there, and I am messing things up rather royally. Screwing them up, It's what I do. Anyways, put that there, and we can, in the future, break into this unguarded hellhole and go under here. We're going to need to connect this to the logistics network with 2 pipes. We'll want a provider and a supplier pipe. The supplier pipe will supply it. Wow, is that what it means? I never would have thought that. With a bunch of empty cells, but the provider pipe will have this thing provide all of the water cells that it will invariably produce. Now, you're probably saying right now, that is a little ludicrous. How do you power it with redstone? No, you gotta be kidding. No, I'm not. I'm going to finally use those freaking wires that are quite annoying, actually. And maybe I will put them right here. How thick is the wall? Not very. Just as thick as your skin. Or other things, but I won't go into that. On second thought, that would be pretty dang thick. Come on, 1 meter thick? Wow. Then again, I don't think it would have any use at that width anyways. Okay. Let's see what type of pipes I have. I got a provider. I don't think I have a supplier. Supplier pipe is... what is it? Supplier. Go. Lapis. I think supplier is the one where water cells go out of it, and providers are the ones that, well, yeah, anyways. Okay, let's just put them down so that we can tell the difference. Okay, this goes here. And, okay, that's good. So let's put this here. Wait. Okay. Scratch that. Put this here. And it'll only take water pipes from this. Now we'll need to get our lapis going, or lapis for the French connoisseur that is doing this. Okay, no lapis here. Let's go onwards to the actual lapis. And singing in the rain is not what I like doing at this point in time. So let's just go over, get this back here. We're going to need 2 logistics pipes, if you please. And we'll need to craft one of them into a lapis explosion. Okay, supplier pipe, and I think we do have some stone pipes. I actually am a little skeptical on that, so let's just to be safe get 32. We're gonna need another one of these, I imagine, so let's get half a stack of these. And I'll just wait for that to go and add this. Why art thou raining? Thou art a cruel, cruel colored. I don't even know what a colored is, so I have no clue why I just said that. Oh, that is a perfect place for things to go. So just have it go unobtrusively, go in this wall, go up, and through another wall. So I guess that won't work. Go here, and where's my food? Pork chops to the rescue. Let's, just stand around. You son of a gun. Oh, I want to try this. Hey there! Oh, that's potent. I'll take you, and there. Okay, now what was I doing? Ah, yes, I'm conducting awesomeness. Okay, we're gonna need to plug up that wall, unfortunately, and bring this down, and just have the pipe go connect boringly over there instead of the other location that we had planned for it. If we even constitute that as a plan, but normally we do not, so we don't worry about that. Okay, logistics pipe will go here, and I'm guessing an amount of 64 would be a lovely amount to keep stock. Partial requests, maybe. I don't think they have an option for that, so let's just go with yes. And first actual usefulness amount for that. Then again, we could have just used the other door, which would have been a bit easier. Okay, going outside. Coughing for a sec. Grabbing a bunch of pipes. Yeah, sorry about your ears, I don't care. Okay, going over here once again. And in fact, let's pull a few levers over here. I think it's ready. If not, I'm going to hit someone. Come over here. Okay, that's not exactly going the fastest pace of all of them, so let's just let the daylight come. Now that it's another happy day, we can continue our endeavors as we please. Now that I think of it, I think we can craft those tin abominations, I think. Yes, we can, so that will be interesting how it goes. Okay, we'll have this going out like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. That seems about right. Bit of repair work, sure, but whatever. It's now connected to the rest of the logistics network, and it will do as it pleases. Now, we will need to add a few abominations to this to make it a little more interesting, because interesting is what we can sometimes do. Okay. Lots and lots and lots of wires will be needed. I think we're going to actually need a bit more wires, so let's see. I think we need redstone to be able to create more wires, and obviously we do, so I will worry about that. Hey, can we pull some? Oops. Okay, let's leave that going and spewing forthwith. It'll be like vomiting blood. And I'm in a very odd mood today. Okay, now what was I actually doing? Ah, yes, that's what I was doing. I need to run wires through that structure, actually making it so that it will work. Okay, that actually goes on, so that's even better. Now, how to make this, how I'm thinking of it. Basically, it's a simple endeavor. Redstone will go there, activating on and off when I want more of those coolant cells, which are awesome. Going down here, let's cave. Oh well. Let's go here, clear a bit of the area. Now, there are several processes which I think will work for this. One of the processes is this. Basically, have some sort of logic gate. When you press a button, it will activate a counter, put it to 64 or something, and then continually activate a timer, or allows a timer to go onwards that will activate a pipe with a logic gate over there to continually pump this full of goodness. Bow chicka bow wow. Okay, I had to do it. I'll stop. Okay, to do that, we're going to need to destroy this lovely wall, unfortunately. But it is for a good cause, and we won't need to enter this circuit when we are done. Now, I'll admit right away, as you've seen before, I am not the best at logic circuits. I am much better at programming. So I could make a program that when you type out a command, it'll just continually tick and tick and tick the right number of times to activate that. Though the problem with that is that it will cost over 9 diamonds, which is not something that I will want to waste on a stupid endeavor like that. Now, I think there is a bit of redstone that has spilled on the ground, so I think I'm going to pick that up and put it in the machine. Hey, for some reason, I was right. How did that happen? I don't know. Anyways, I guess I won't do any of that right now, but, I'm not sure. Oops, lasers. I'm not sure. I'm just going to try this, turn that off, and now I'll test it on the actual stuff. I think the regular gate is pretty simple. It might work with wires, though it might not. If it doesn't, I'll have to think of something more imaginative. Okay, gate doesn't have any option whatsoever to, well, anyways, light the wire, stuff like that. So I'm going to have to make a bit of some iron gates. Iron and or iron ore, it doesn't really matter, but I will need to make them. So I'll need to take 2 of these, which I happen to have, put them in, and make 2 iron AND gates. Probably have to clean up this circuitry eventually, though I do have enough energy to make these quickly. So I'll just make them quickly and wait for a second. Okay, more than a second, but whatever. Let's go with the OR gate instead. I don't know. Make it more fun. Okay, we got our OR gates, which is rather simple, if I must say. And we'll go back in and connect them up where they will be most useful. Now here will be the main place. It will pretty much be when this red pipe is on, I want you to give a redstone signal. Oh, what's that? Ooh, that's interesting. Anyways, activate redstone signal when it is on. Now this one is going to be a little less fickle in the fact that it will be supplying the red pipe signal. Now I will have to work on the timing issues, which will be a bit odd, and we don't have any redstone device that it will want to activate when it's on, which will activate anyways. So we're going to have to eventually add those to the logic gates. Now, I'm thinking of a simple circuit right off the top of my head, though I do not have the ingredients right now. In fact, my alchemical bags are being a little full, and I do not like it when it's full because it kind of ruins my efficiency. So let's just do that a bit, and okay. Let's see if this actually worked. Did it fill with 64? Yes, it did. That's good. Okay, let's see what we can think of. Now, the circuit I am currently thinking of is very simple, though it will take a bit of trial and error for me to solve. Pretty much what's going to be what's gonna happen is I'll have this. It'll be a counter. It'll be a nice counter. And it'll increment by 64. Let's see, 64 when it receives an increment signal. And the maximum count will have to be something like, I don't know, 128. 128. And it'll decrement by 1 each time. So the signal for decrementation, well, obviously it'll have to stop when it's at the minus. Now the signal for decrementation will have to go out and go here. So when it increments, let's put this at a low number to make it interesting. When it increments, it'll increment by 5, and I don't have any levers, do I? Lever, whatever. Whatever lever. And let's turn this so that it's a redstone signal. Okay. Now when this increments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it'll turn off. Okay, simple circuit, and it's done its chore. So that means we'll just have to get this over here, unless we just switch it so that it increments with that, and it will just have to switch the wires so that the input will be on this wire, which is simple. Very simple circuit, very simple task. Now, unless this has reached like 7 or something, I am out of juice. That's not good. Unless it reached like 7 or 8 or something, I don't think it worked. Which I hate falling. Oh, derp. Okay. Okay, no, it didn't work, which is a bit of a problem. Now that could mean 2 things. 1, any red power stuff just doesn't work. 2, it hates me, it wants me to die, or something along those lines. I don't know. It's one of those. So what is probably going to happen is that I'll need to craft myself a repeater, probably a vanilla repeater. Hey, I got levers. Probably a vanilla repeater will be the best thing to make. And it just needs to lengthen the signal enough to get by. Now, I still think 2 seconds is the magic interval for the machine. So, vanilla repeater to the rescue. Actually, I think I can show you guys making that. So, what is it gonna be? Like, 2, 1, 3. Just so you know, I'm not just using NEI. Why would I ever do that for something so simple? Please don't hurt me. Okay, going here. And I actually remember the recipe, which is an amazement sometimes. Okay, going down. And seeing if this works. Okay. Now let's try the exact same thing that we did before, but let's just try the timer to see if it works. Yes, it does. Okay, so timer works. Let's place this down here. Is that the right amount? Nope, here, here. 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 Done. Okay, let's test the delays a bit and use a nice little lever that we have here. So incremented by 5, 1 increase. Jerk. Incremented by 5, 1 tick. Obviously not enough for that. So lengthen it to 3 ticks. It is a fickle thing, so let's put it to 4 ticks. No. Once. 2. 3. 4. That is a problem. Don't know why it doesn't register it until it gets to that point, but it's still a bit of a problem. because we'll have one less than what we are requesting for. Now wait, you are saying you could just solve that by putting it as a 6 increment instead of 5. That would work, yes. Though it wouldn't work how I want it to, which is the problem. Could modify the circuit slightly so when this activates, it will do one final amount and hit here. Though that will do a bit of a complications, I think. Or Buildcraft could fix their bloody pipes. Huh. Not likely that'll ever happen, so let's go with this. Okay. Ooh, wait a second. I foresee problem. I foresee problem. That is not a good problem. I am guessing that the system is now overloaded with a bunch of cells. Phew. Okay, so it is intelligent after all. Thank goodness. Okay, so I'm not sure how to fix that. Honestly, I'm not sure. What I can do in the meantime, though, is not fix it and worry about other things. So this will be my pull 64 from the system thing. I could probably do it over there, but this is a red power thing. Thank you very much. I want it to be with red power. That means this will need to go away, and it will need to go up and up and up. So where is the bloody system? Hey, wait, how about you just put holes everywhere? What could possibly go wrong? And I actually came at the exact right place. Might not be the exact right place, but it's the exact right place. Try to wrap your head around that. Please don't, it'll only make your head hurt, and I don't want to explain things to you. Okay, so we're going to need to get... I am very condescending today. We're going to need to get some of our red alloy wires and go up here. We're also going to need to cover this up slightly because it is shy. And I think I have covers here. Okay, this goes here, this goes here, and heck, why not here? Okay, now we're going to have to go back down, calibrate this so that it is a max count of God knows why. There. And put it to a bit less than that, 64. Now it'll be actually 63 times, so let's have it as 65 as the increment and have it like that. I think that will be satisfactory for now. So let's just see this in action. So pull that. 1, 2, and it'll continually go because it is not one of those fickle Buildcraft devices, and it'll just continue until it's actually done instead of the not done thing. Now I'll be able to request coolant cells by plugging in an extractor. Actually, I think that's the first thing we should do. Let's get our extractor here. You're not done, but I don't care. And go down. Painful stuff. Not painful right now because it doesn't like me. Try to wrap your head around that. Okay, so we got one transformer, sure, but we don't really have another transformer for other stuff. Now, I'm thinking we should just pull the stuff way over here instead. And where should we actually put our machines? We should be smart with this and not just make a royal mess screw up or something. Okay, still going. And that's almost done. Okay, extractor, 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 where shall thou be? You know what I could do eventually is have some transformer upgrades. Transformer upgrades are pretty simple comparatively. MFVs, now they are pretty simple, so I could just make a bunch of transformer upgrades for this and just have it take energy from the high voltage stuff. That'll be less energy lost, though it might be a bit more effort to upgrade everything. Though, that being said, long tangent, I know I'll get there. That being said, it will be beneficial in the end. Now, what I can also do is just take the one that's here, because I don't use that extra backpack. Not backpack, but back, but whatever. Okay, taking this out temporarily. This cable is temporary anyways, so let's just make another temporary thing. And it really hurts me. Stop doing that. Okay, copper cable, copper cable, copper cable. Over here. Copper cable right there. Thank you very much. And put this here. And this is our extractor of goodness. It's just a normal extractor, but I like to give it that name because it's very shy. Okay, now I'm wondering if I can get the items from underneath everything. This thing is going to be a travesty of a very bad looking area anyways, so it's not too much of an issue if we just tear up the floor a bit more. Huh, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Okay, so the main objective here is obvious. We need to get not copper cables. We need to continually extract the stuff to make coolant cells. That will mean we need to get BC pipes. One moment, I'll grab all the required stuff so we can continue. Turns out I only needed the crafting logistics pipe, and I had enough of that anyways. Okay, crafting. Where did I put those at there? Okay, scatterbrain to the rescue, away. All that jazz. Okay, so put the crafting logistics pipe right here. Put the appropriate wrench and screw this in. I already made that joke, I know, but bear with me, you're stuck. Unless you turn away, in which case I can't really stop you. Okay, we're gonna need to grab the required ingredients, so let's just grab them from the system, since that's really the only way we're going to get anything done. So one of these and one of these and one of these, that'll be good. Let's just keep that going, and then hook this up to the rest of the logistics system by just crossing over and going there. Everything's connected. Yip-dee-doo-dah-day. Everything's nice and dandy. Let's grab the stuff from here. We got the coolant cell. Bucket goes in here, and all the random trash. And the water cell. Going here. And let's see if this works. What I'm going to do... Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. Input as a water cell. And it's going to extract and turn into a coolant cell. Okay, we got our coolant cell now. So let's take that and chuck it in here. That might be in the wrong location, so let's just order one coolant cell stat. 1. Okay, it says it's a successful request, so we're gonna have to see how that pans out. It'll go water right in here, wrong slot. Yippee-doo-dah-day. Okay, that means we're going to have to take this out. Put the crafting pipe here instead. Make it a bit more ugly, but whatever. Here. I know I dropped it. Shut up. I'm in a hurry. Okay, let's get the 3 coolant cells and have them all go into here and watch them. And it's working. So, now we have an automated cooling system. When we want more water cells, we'll just have to request them the old-fashioned way, though everything else is completely automated currently. We'll probably find some more stuff to do in the future, but whatever. Well, that's all the time we had for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. Wave Time here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.